Like if I was a wife and my husband would come home and be like, "Oh yeah, this is my work wife," I'd be like, "Excuse no."
So I say it's
I'm the only
slippery
wife.
slope because I do have my guy friends at work that honestly, like when I was going through some stuff, they were the ones who, I mean, when I would get to work, like they would have me a café con leche on my desk. They would check in on me and be like, "Hey,
But do you call them your husbands?
you good?" They weren't my work husband, but they would be considered. I
Clueless when men flirt
answer
with you.
questions when I'm asked, but I don't necessarily always recognize that somebody is.
Hitting on you.
Hitting
Let's
on
just
me.
be honest. You are clueless when someone is hitting on
But
you.
I live my life very happy because of that.
Do I want a drink? No, I have a drink,
I have
but
a
I need
drink, I'm good.
mozzarella sticks.
I'm really hungry.
If I am asking you for this specific topic,
You
just
best-
assume I already know the answer, and I'm just giving you the opportunity
To be open.
to come clean and be open, because if you're not, it's just gonna be worse.
What is it? What is it to be your children? I want to be a fly on the wall.
In my
You know
opinion,
what? All right, welcome to Primas, pero not really, episode 5, where we spill the tea, not the tears, and we are healing one episode at a time. And today,
dun, dun, dun.
we are going to be talking about something people don't typically talk about in public spaces, which is infidelity.
Oof.
It is a
So-
taboo.
Yes, it is. And we have talked about in previous episodes how you guys did experience infidelity within your own relationships. But before we kind of dive into all that, I do have a question. Is all infidelity created equal?
I'll let her answer and then I'll give mine. Or do you want to just like
I don't know. I
phone a
mean,
friend?
yeah. Can I phone a friend? I actually
Is
want
your friend Yvette? Phone a friend?
Ding ding ding. Yvette, what do you think?
Okay, so my thought process is men cheat women cheat because, and men cheat even though. And what that means is women tend to cheat when there's something lacking, and men cheat because they can.
Ooh.
I mean, that's just my. That's just what I've seen.
I kind of agree because
Typically, right? There's always exemptions. to
Oh,
the
yeah.
rule, but I think typically men cheat because. Oh look,
yeah, and
she
I would
winked at me.
I would say I agree with that because I know, and I have women friends that have cheated on their partners, and the reason why they cheated is because there was something lacking,
And it's typically like an emotion
or
based
it's
thing.
also too like,
They're looking for something.
oh, he did this to me, so I'm gonna get back at him, like a revenge type thing. So it's like so that way
Okay.
they feel like, oh, he cheated. Okay, well, I'm gonna go cheat
like
too.
one up on him. I
Yeah,
guess.
like a one up, which is not really always the best, but
I mean,
But
why
is
not
it-
end it at that point?
exactly. Like if we both gonna cheat, then why are we still together at this point?
Absolutely. Now, so for me, and we've had this discussion before where it might be easy for me to say because I didn't experience it in my marriage, but like I don't view infidelity as black and white where if you cheat, it's done, Why? Because
Cheat, it's done. Like if you
meaning
cheat,
like some
is
people
there-
it's like there's an infidelity, that's it, relationship's over
okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now,
like they can work it out.
right. Now,
Okay.
the reason I say that is because I know of some couples who have been together for 10, 15, 20 years. They just happened to meet while one or both were married. And so it was a relationship. They left their partner or partners, and now they've created the life together and they may have children, and so that's kind of like the genesis sucks, but there's that longevity that happened after. It's like, okay, you really found your person.
So was it worth
Yeah.
it? So it was worth
Right.
it, I
It was
guess?
like, exactly. It's like,
I
it
mean, I
was
guess
worth
it depends on what side of the coin you're on.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I guess it depends.
But then you have the situation of the picaflor, where it may be a man or woman where it's
What's a
like,
picaflor?
oh, I learned that from the abuelanism. Thank you, abuela. Where it's like, you're just a serial cheater, where a friend of mine experienced that in her marriage where, her husband just constantly cheated on her. And it was not because of anything lacking in the home, but it was just because he
just
could.
couldn't help
To
it.
your
He
point,
couldn't help
because
it.
he
He
could.
just- he
Why
wanted
No,
did
he
God
can help
make
it. It was a
himself?
choice. He didn't just trip and fall into these women. It was a choice.
And that's the thing, like, it's you're choosing to do that. It's like you can't tell me someone just like falls in your lap and you're like, hey, okay, we're cheating. No, you're making that, you're doing the phone call, you're meeting up, you're enjoying beverages. You know, if you're going to go meet with someone that is not your significant other and there's adult beverages involved, like, you know.
Forget about adult beverages. You're agreeing to meet with somebody under a pretense. If you're just hanging out, why not it be group setting? Why is it just you? I don't know. I just
like, how do you guys feel about like opposite sex having friends?
I think you can.
Absolutely.
I think you can. But I also think it depends on the pretense of when you became friends. I know there's like always like that, oh no, men and women can't be friends because there's always somebody who's interested, and why is it? And I have friends that are ride or dies, that they are my boys' godfathers, that there's nothing there. Never has been.
Yeah.
I don't, but I can see the other side of that too.
Yeah.
Like, I can see where it can get funny.
Yeah,
I agree, because I have guy friends that are literally strictly guy friends. Like, there's nothing. There will never be. If anything, they're more like brothers to me, you know? And I'm like, oh, ew, I would never.
Yeah.
But there's people that are like, I've heard marriages where they're like, oh, absolutely not. That is a no. They cannot have friends with girls. I cannot be friends with guys. Like, it's an absolute no. But I'm like,
how do you feel
that
then?
limits you.
Kind of along those same lines, it's, you know, the very common saying of like, oh, this is my work wife. This is my work husband.
I think that's such a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Like, if I was a wife and my husband would come home and be like, oh yeah, this is my work wife, I'd be like, excuse, no.
So I say it's
I'm
a
the only
slippery
wife.
slope because I do have my guy friends at work that honestly, like, when I was going through some stuff, they were the ones who, I mean, when I would get to work, like, they would have me a café con leche on my desk. They would check in on me and be like, hey.
But do you call them your husbands?
You good? They weren't my work husband, but they would be considered, like, they
That's
know.
a good friend.
They know
Yeah.
enough about me. Like, they know that, like, I'll have Cuban toast with no butter. Like, they know, like, my café con leche dark. Like, they know certain things about me that I guess in theory your husband or your wife would know about you.
But so would a long-term friend.
But I was going to say, but it's really just a good friend.
Yeah.
And I think it just, the nickname of work wife and work husband just kind of, because you're
weird.
that close, I think it's just, but I can see the meaning of it. I just don't, it just can be a slippery slope.
It can make you feel a certain way. Like,
I think the name, if you tell me
Yes.
it's a coworker that's just friends and your significant other knows them. Like, my people knew my husband.
Yeah.
So it wasn't weird for me to talk about them because we would go out together. We would, you know, there was that. I've been at the same place for over 13 years. So it's like,
yeah. You're going to be close to them.
you know, like,
yeah.
It's kind of like whatever. But I think it's the name what makes you like cringe, like
Especially if
the wife. If there's like,
especially if you're married, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you're someone that's married.
If
and,
my
and
husband
they're
told me that,
married.
it would, like, even just saying it now, I'm like imagining it, I'm like, that would like make me feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't like it. Like, no. I'm your wife. I'm your only wife. They're
that's
your
what I'm saying.
coworker.
Like,
That's
but if they were to say, "Oh, look, my coworker," like, and it's
It
the
is-
same thing.
yeah, absolutely.
It's the name. It's the name. I don't think it's necessarily the relationship. I just think it's the name.
Yeah.
That kind of like.
Yeah. And I'm with you on the, you know, I feel that men and women can have friends of the opposite sex. Like, one of my closest friends, he is, like, you call them, you know, ride or dies. Like, I've known him since I was 14.
But like, how
been
would you feel
35
like,
years.
okay, you can have friends that are opposite sex, but like, are you going to go out with your guy friend alone, just you and him?
You know, if probably not, because the times I have seen him, he's been with his wife.
I mean, it depends on the situation, I guess.
It
Like,
also depends on the situation, because again, I've known him for 35 years. There's never, ever been anything romantic between him and I.
But like, would his wife be okay? Oh, hey, I'm going to go have dinner with Ish. I haven't seen her. I'm going to go catch up, blah, blah, blah.
I honestly think she would be.
Okay.
I honestly think
But
she
that's
would
because
be.
I think also too the
the
situation. They've been
dynamic.
friends with
But
him
I'll be
for so
honest
many
with you,
years. Like,
for me, if it would be that, I'd still be like, hey, bring her.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they've been together for so long and I've known them for so long that they're a package deal. So
Yeah.
like, if I
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
like, I want to catch up with both of them. I mean,
yeah. Let her make the decision. Like, you know what, honey? No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have some work to do. Go have fun.
but
Go
like, I'll
catch
stop
up.
by their house and just be like,
Yeah.
haven't seen you guys in a while. What's up? Like,
Yeah.
like, and
So that brings up a good situation, right? Where let's say you go to a friend's house, but the wife isn't home.
planned or not planned?
let's say you just show up. Like, you're going to go visit your friend, whatever. Like,
Then
I don't show up to my friend's
I don't think
houses,
it's being
but-
done.
Well, the thing is, they live like by my in-laws and stuff. So it's kind of like literally like as I'm driving, I'm like, oh look, they're home, and I just stop it and just be like, because I don't run into them anywhere else.
Right.
It's really hard for us to see each
but
other.
if it's something like, let's say like, hey, fulanita, I'm gonna go by the house and drop something off. She's not home. The husband is home. It's like, hey, come in, have a cup of coffee, whatever. To me, that's kind of like, no, it's okay.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, because it wasn't planned like, oh, she's not there, I'm gonna go over. It's kind of like, oh, I'm stopping by to say hi. Oh, she's not here. Okay, let me go. No, I don't see.
But I wouldn't stay and be
I wouldn't-
like,
you wouldn't-
let's have coffee. Like I wouldn't be like, I'd be like, oh, I mean, I guess was there a purpose for the visit? Like, are
No,
you
like
dropping
say like you're
something
gonna
off?
drop something off.
Like a
Like, hey,
stop by.
fulanita, I'm gonna go drop something off by the house. And
So
but when you go,
me,
fulanita's not
when
there.
I've been in those situations, it's usually like, hey, I'm dropping this off, and we'll chit chat, but we'll be outside.
At the door. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we'll talk for like a good 45 minutes,
But
just
you're
talking
outside.
shit. But we're outside, and it really like, what's the difference? Not much, but I feel like it's kind of like, oh, we're out in the public.
It's in the
Exactly.
open. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't feel so bad if we're
like
not
the ring
sitting.
camera. Look at me. Like, it's okay.
Like, I
You
did
can
not,
see what I'm talking about.
I didn't cross that threshold. Like,
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't. I don't care how long I've known you or whatever. Like, I wouldn't want a woman in my house with my partner, significant other, if I'm not present. Like, even with cameras or without cameras, like, I don't
I
think
I
I would
agree
feel
with you.
comfortable.
It's just I don't. But I think it also just depends on the person. Like
I
there's
think it
certain
depends
people
on the
that
person. Yeah.
I would trust with anything. Like I have 2 female friends that I can tell you that I would trust with anybody that I'm dating.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the man. It has to do with them.
See, and that brings up a good point of when it comes to those situations of, you know, when there's infidelity, right? A lot of people, you hear those stories of like how the wife or the husband will contact the other person, right? And be like, stay away from my wife, stay away from my husband. Again, I'll say it. It might be easy for me to say because I didn't experience it in my marriage, but I have no reason to go after that person because that person didn't take a vow with me. That person doesn't owe me respect. That person doesn't owe me their trust. That person doesn't owe me their loyalty. That person, was it right? No, but
You're not
my
married to
anger
them.
would be displaced.
You're not married to them.
Exactly. My anger should be towards the person that shares my bed and my life.
Now I can tell you my experience is on the occasions where I have spoken, it has been more of a, I'm going to say the word cross-reference, as you're telling me this story. Oh, okay, let's go. I want to confirm what you're telling me, and I want you to say that in front of her.
I did that.
Now, I don't know if it was the correct thing at that moment. That's where I felt like I want to believe you,
Yeah.
But I don't.
but I need that person to confirm what you're saying. Was it the best thing? Was it the correct thing? Honestly, what I've learned now is that in that situation, they both had their stories unpacked before.
Oh,
And those discussions have been had before the fact. In the event that there is a Q&A, you see, look, I used an acronym.
I'm so proud of you.
In the event that there is, in the event that there is a Q&A, that their answers match.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the one who should be loyal to me is the person I think the person you're married to. So you need to deal with them and anything like whatever they're wanting to do and not wanting to say, or like that's the decision that you make. I think has to be made based upon that and not the outside, because you're not married to them.
Yeah, and that's, again, perhaps it was easy for me to say, but even like in dating, if I were to walk up and my person is, I don't know, at the bar and there's a woman chatting with him or whatever, and
That would bother me so much.
no, but my thing, if a woman's just chatting with him, okay, but like if you know how women are, the gentle touches and all that, if he is not shooing that person away. Like, yo no voy a fumar show.
Well, that's what I was
No,
gonna
my
say.
mother raised me with class. My mother
It's
would,
like,
no.
but let me catch you in the car.
You know, yo no voy a fumar un show.
Go
Primero que
outside,
nada.
meet you in the parking
You
lot,
know?
take the hoops off.
Because at the end of the day, that
nothing
woman
to do
owes
with her.
me nothing.
It's his responsibility to be like, oh, look, yes, let's hear me, my wife, or hear me, my girlfriend, or whatever. Like, it's kind of like, and that's, I agree with you. I think it's not the man or the, either way. Like, I can tell you that I have never been pursued when I didn't want to be pursued. Meaning, when you want to let somebody know, like, hey, I'm available, you do. And when and I have been, oh no, because they're trying to get at you. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not the case at all, because there was no green light to say that I'm available. There was no green light.
Sticks.
And even now, right? Like, even now, I am very much, I answer questions when I'm asked, but I don't necessarily always recognize that somebody is
hitting on you. Let's just be honest. You are clueless when someone is hitting on you.
But I live my life very happy because of that.
Do I want a drink? No, I have a drink, but I need mozzarella sticks.
I'm really hungry.
You want to continue talking to me? Give me mozzarella sticks.
So, and you know, I just think but when I say that I've never been pursued is because I've never given that vibe of, hey, come talk to me. Hey, I'm available. Hey, I'm like, no. When I'm with somebody, I am about them. And I think even if somebody comes at you and you are with somebody, I think at the end of the day, like you said, nobody like just slips and trips and does it. Even if they pursue you, like at some point you have to take accountability. And you can't say, oh, but they came at me. Okay, but like, no,
push away,
or
boo.
don't answer the call. Hey, look, like there's ways to go about it, and it might not be the popular thing. It might not be, I mean, depending on the situation, if you work with them or whatever. But I think there's ways to convey the message of I'm not interested without being a dick, without, you know, like being rude about it.
Yeah.
And if you choose to pursue it, then that's that. At the end of the day, that is your choice. Like that's. And for me, cheating is black and white.
Okay.
Because it's so easy to just be like, to cut it off with somebody and then pursue somebody.
Now we did.
If you do feel that connection with somebody, you know what I mean? Like why?
Yeah, but to throw everything away.
What do you mean to throw? Okay, well, you're possibly throwing it away anyways. You're gonna throw it away. I see it as, why did you open that door?
Yeah.
Right? If you don't want to throw away what you have, I guess I'm going to say the word at home. If you don't want to throw away what you have at home, why did you open that door?
Yeah.
You know what? There has to be a cause and effect. And when there's no consequence, it continues to happen because there's no consequence. Yeah. And basic ABA. Every behavior has a contingency. Some are positive reinforcers, some are negative reinforcers. If there's never a consequence, you continue the behavior because there's no consequence. What's the consequence? Yeah. Oh, they forgave me. Oh, okay, they'll forgive me again.
Right. Yeah, and basically what you accept is how a person will treat you. So that's, you know, like situations
that's not building the boundary from the beginning.
Exactly. You know, which
is,
you know, which goes back to being the black and white, right? Where if it's one and done, or, you know, you have, like we talked about you happen to fall in love while you were married, you had the picaflores, and then you have it was a one-time thing and it never happened again. And
I just feel like the one-time thing is just hard, you guys. Like I
don't think that's the norm.
I think
it just
it doesn't just happen because one time is gonna happen another time. But for me, I feel like the moment that you cheat, there's a trust that's just broken there. And unless you're gonna do everything in your power to rebuild that trust and be completely transparent, speaking for myself, speaking from experience, it was really hard for me to trust that person. Because I was like going back, I was checking the phone, I was doing this, I was questioning their location.
So in episode 2, we did talk about, I think you had mentioned it about like texting and things like that. So let's assume you check the phone and there's text messages, DMs, but they never met the person in person. There was no physical anything, consummation, I don't know what the right word is. That was my 50-cent word for the day. There was no physical anything that happened. It was all in text, sexting, pictures, whatever.
But again, didn't we also say that that's also
no, but
considered
she's-
cheating?
No,
That's
but
where
my question
that's where she's going
is,
at.
would you end things because of that?
Well, in my
Is it black and white?
situation, from my understanding, it was always emotional cheating until recently. But the emotional cheating made me lose trust, made me lose my confidence, made me feel like, it does not feel good when you know you're not the only one.
So
It really
I have a
doesn't.
very
It
probably
feels like-
unpopular perspective on that. And this by no means is like a green light to anybody. But I can tolerate physical cheating.
You would prefer
Sex is sex.
I can, you know what?
Sex is sex.
Sex is sex.
Emotional cheating
Is so
worse.
much worse.
to me that's where I'm like, when there's the love bombing, and that to me, I can forgive physical cheating. And like I said, it's not a pop.
It's not.
I don't want to say that's the green light to be like, oh,
No.
Sure,
it goes back
go
to.
ahead.
It goes back to
I'm
like.
not giving green light, but physical cheating, impulsive,
Because it can happen one time and you never see that person
and never
again.
see that person again. Would I do it? Me, I don't. I never have. But can I forgive it? Yes, and I think it's because there's no emotion attached to it.
Yeah.
Like if it was a one night stand, hey, I went out with the boys, something happened, I
Yep.
never see the person again. Yeah, I could agree.
Like I said, I don't agree with it
at all.
but I can forgive that a lot more than the emotional. The emotional cheating to me is so much deeper. It's so much more hurtful. Because I feel like, at least I'm gonna speak of my marriage, right? In a marriage, you have you just feel you're like, that's your safe place. That should be your person. That should be your best friend. That should be your true ride or die. Should be your partner in life. They should bring you peace. You shouldn't have to check their phones. Yeah. I have said it. If I'm everything that I dealt with, and he can confirm this, I never checked the phone. I never checked the phone. I never checked a phone because
Even after you knew?
Why? I already knew.
In the event, like, if it happens again.
If I'm checking your phone, it's to end it. And I wasn't ready to end it. I stayed. I did what I thought was best for my family. Maybe under false pretense. I believed something. I thought it was going to be different. And there was moments, like I said, I've had a lot of good moments in my marriage. I did. I can't sit here and talk shit because I can't. I did have a lot of good moments in my marriage. And I think the good is what kind of helped me push. I watched a movie, I forgot the name of it. It had Channing Tatum and...
You know me, if it's not true crime, I have no idea.
That she gets into a car accident and she forgets everything.
Oh, yes.
The Last of Me, or I know
which one you're talking about.
Something happens and she remembers that her father cheated on her mom. And her mom says, instead of leaving for the one thing he did wrong, I stayed for all the things he did right. And that is how I felt during my marriage. There was one particular thing that we did struggle with when it came to, I'm going to say loyalty, but I stayed for everything else that he did right. When it came to, being a father, making sure the kids had everything. We, on its most like outside level, I guess, from what everybody could see, we did have everything.
You were good.
Like everything was on point. And for my boys, I was okay with dealing with, for what I felt was like that one thing that we couldn't figure out. And like I said, there was moments where I'm like, all right, we're getting back on track. This is going to be great. And then there was just like another hiccup. And, I...
When was the last straw that you felt like it was just done?
So there got to a point
If you don't mind sharing, because I know that's...
So there was a point where I had decided, actually I spoke to you guys about this the other day, and listen to this, like this is some crazy, like stupid shit, that I was like, okay, this is where I'm at in life. This is like something that I'm like, it's like you said, like the hamster wheel. And I was just kind of like, I'm going to give this until my youngest graduates high school. 7 years. Okay. And I'm like, if by then,
if
7 years,
has
guys,
not stopped.
if this is not stopped, then everybody is off to college. And now I can stop. And now I can kind of be like, all right,
I did my job.
I did my job. I kept my family together. And this was the goal, was to make sure that our unit was together for every event, everything. And there was no Christmas here, Christmas there, spritz there. Like, because their my in-laws, his family, we've done everything together, all holidays, everything since we got married. So like that was everybody's normal. Like it was one of those, like it wasn't just a change for us and for the kids. This is a change for the entire family as a dynamic. Like even like my family, my cousins, we would do stuff together as like all of us, and now it's so different. So I was willing to give another 7 years of my life to then be like, okay, now for sure I know that I gave everything. There's no doubt in my mind that I tried, which I know I tried. I know. And like I said, I don't, we all make our own choices. We all have our reasons for the things we do. I can tell you, and I think that they know and they believe that I don't hold any grudges. I don't. Everybody serves a purpose. And even through, I mean, I've been through some crazy shit. I've learned to embrace the shitty times and be able to look at them and pick out like the good things. The good.
Do you think having 3 boys, I am making an assumption that they know the behavior that was within that marriage? And if they don't know, they probably will find out later. But do you feel that it will help them be a better partner later on in life in knowing the hurt and the damage that it can cause?
So I hope so. I tried really, really long. Like I tried very hard to shelter them from that part. My boys are older, and obviously through everything, I have learned that they knew more than I would have.
Oh, I think all kids. I mean, in your case, they're super little, but
and like when I say like they knew more, like it wasn't like it was shared. Like they just picked up on certain things.
They pick up.
And more than I would have liked for them to know, just because I feel like I'm here juggling shit, trying to make sure you guys don't see shit, and you see right through me. Like it's like shit, you know.
It's like, yeah, you gotta stop. You can stop, Mom. We know.
Yeah,
but there are certain things that I think, and I think me as a person, I'm very, and I'm not saying it's a good thing or bad thing, I'm very big on not showing vulnerability. There's a certain side to me that I don't know, a lot of people have seen. I think my oldest has seen it, and I think he's the only one of the 3 that has like truly seen it, just because of situation, circumstances. But for the most part, I'm really good at faking it to make it. And I keep people, I'm not going to say at a distance. I just don't, I maybe I'm too prideful. Maybe I'm.
But you're really good at putting your ego to the side for the greater good. And that definitely has shown up in your life in doing that. So it's kind of like you balance it well, I'll say.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I think when some people like learn my story, like for real, they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, how are you not a hot mess right now?
Like, you did what?
And I mean, I do have a stepson. He's 6. We call him Labubu. And I mean, I made a decision very early on that that he was going to be a part of his brother's lives. And in order to do that, I had to be able to put my ego aside about everything of, you know, what happened. I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but is it? Right? Like, does it really matter? Like, in the grander scheme of things.
Right. Like, does his genesis matter? No.
Like his origin story. Like, I call it like
Labubu origins. He's like our little Wolverine.
I love him like he's my own. He's always been treated like he's one of my own. He calls me mom. I have an amazing relationship, which wasn't always there, but it is now. And
that's a beautiful blessing,
with his
to
mom.
be able to have that.
But she also had to put her ego to the side.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just me. It was a lot of egos had to be put to the side to be like, because even when we weren't on, and I'm not going to say we were on bad terms. We weren't on speaking terms just because of the dynamic of what it was.
Right.
There was never a time where the kids were not allowed to participate in a birthday or in a holiday. You know, if there was an event, we both, like I said, we put our egos to the side, and it was
because it just came down to the kids. What was going to be best for the kids?
Because it's what's best for them, and they're at no fault of anything.
No, they're the innocent.
Any decisions that adults made have nothing to do with with any of the younger parties involved.
Yeah. And I know, like, and I've told you before, it's definitely not for the cameras here, you know, the way that you handled that situation for me was with so much grace. And it is such an example of forgiveness, of family, of love. And ultimately, like you said, the kids are the innocents. The brothers, they had a right to know one another. And Labubu, there's no shame. And
there isn't.
he's freaking hilarious.
He's one of mine. Like he is one of mine. Like
he's adorable.
These
glasses are from Labubu's
Labubu and his
mom. You know, it was a thank you. It wasn't even a thank you. It was a congratulations on the launch. And you know, she's a wonderful person, and the fact that you guys have been able to get here, just
there's
for the
hiccups.
greater good.
There's hiccups.
But that story is not isolated. Like, that's not an isolated situation. But I don't know any other woman that handled it with the grace and class that you did.
Oh yeah, I would have been in jail.
Genise is like,
listen, you're lucky I haven't gone back to Vegas because I know exactly where that hood rat be at. If you're watching this, yeah, I'm talking to you.
I didn't. It's not productive.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not productive for me. It's not productive for anybody involved. And I wasn't married to her.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to
our conversation.
That's
earlier.
not the one that owed you the loyalty and
I wasn't married to her.
The respect.
And like I said, adults made adult decisions, and
it is, yeah.
There's nothing good comes from keeping hate or grudges. Nothing
I know
good.
it's gonna do. It's just gonna eat you alive.
I don't know, but 50 Cent's kind of making a good buck out of it right now. That's all I gotta say. Just kind of throwing that.
I don't know what Diddy did to 50, but let me tell you,
I'm aspiring to that level of petty, but I don't know if I have that kind of energy to give in my life.
But 50's petty. I just finished it yesterday. He is petty, but I'll take it. Where's the next one?
Oh my goodness.
I just think I and not just in that situation, and like a lot of things, I'm just very much like,
I don't have the energy.
There's nothing good that comes from having hate in your heart. There really isn't, guys. Like there's no matter which way you spin it, no matter which way you want to.
I know, but like, how is it okay that you can hurt me, but you're perfectly fine?
You know what karma does?
Karma doesn't work fast enough for me.
Okay, because me hurting you doesn't take my hurt away.
Exactly.
And me hurting you doesn't make it better. Doesn't make it right, doesn't keep it from happening again, doesn't.
anything.
I don't see it's productive. And I know that there's a lot of people who probably look at me and they're like, oh no, but you'll feel better.
That's what, hello. I'm looking right at you.
Really good right now. Fitty is feeling
I
real
would
good
feel
right
really
now.
good right now, but
All of us have Netflix,
I know.
you know.
We don't have 50, we don't have 50 cent money.
right.
But
Right.
I don't see there's anything productive about
No.
any of it. And
I'm also just a firm believer
I
in
could go
that
back, I
the
wouldn't do it
energy that you
different.
put out, you receive it tenfold. So for me,
girl, I got a lot of good shit going to me then.
listen, you.
Well, I think the reason
I'm gonna
why
sneak
I
in
would
behind
feel,
you into the gates of heaven
to be
because I'm like,
right,
I'm
like,
the
hold on, let me
one.
in. For
Don't
me,
look
I
at my
feel like
rap
the
sheet.
reason why I would want to be so revengeful in my situation is because they knew about me and my children, and they still did what they did.
But does it make a difference? They weren't married to you.
But I
Who's
would.
at fault?
But wouldn't
It's
I
not
mean?
their-
Wouldn't
look,
most
it's-
of the time? Wouldn't that be the case where they know this is a married?
I mean, not
I mean,
always, because
so-
if your partner's going out and
You
he acts
know-
like he's single,
So
and,
if they
you know,
That's
don't
a
know, would it
really-
be more acceptable? I don't think so. At the end of the day, you're married to that person or you're in a relationship with that. It's their decision. It doesn't matter who the fuck they cheated
I
with.
know, but that person knowing that they are
You know-
married, like, oh, this is drawing the line. Like,
I agree with
know,
you.
like,
At the same time,
I understand the
I
partner
get it,
thing.
but
Like,
it's
that's
one
what
of
I'm
those,
married to.
If
But
you're married to her and you don't care, why the fuck do I care?
there you go.
I know,
You're
but, like, we
teaching
need to be
me-
Like that's the way I
better.
see it. Like if you don't care, she's not my wife. Why do I care?
No,
I know,
will
but can we
say-
be better women? Women.
And not
we
just
gotta
women,
be
though.
better.
No,
Well, I'm
but
speaking
women.
women. I'm speaking because
Right.
we're women here. But like, yes, both ways. Can we just be better? Like,
No, I will. So a friend of mine, and she did give me the clearance to give the highlights of the story.
that's a story.
No, this is a different one than what you're thinking, and which is probably worse. So she was with her husband for 15 years. After that amount of time, they have their child. Their child is not even a year old yet. She finds out the husband's being unfaithful. She gets a hold of the other woman who is now his wife. And it turns out when she asked that woman, like, hey, you know, this is who I am. And she was like, he told me you were dead.
You told me this story.
I know.
And
I
was like, well, at least you didn't kill me
remember.
off.
He told the other woman that his wife had passed away. And when she asked, well, do you know about our daughter? And she was like, what daughter? So
Next
this
up
is
on
where
season 2.
this is where I go back to, is cheating black and white? Because for me, that is just like, what level of just shitty
Yeah, that's pretty.
are you?
That's pretty
Like, at the
terrible.
That's
very
like some
least.
Scott Peterson shit.
Like, exactly. Like, for me, you know what? At least if you're going to sit there and be like, listen, I'm married. I have kids at home. I don't plan on leaving them. This is just for this and this only. You know what? At least you're being forthcoming.
Yeah.
But to kill off
Your
wife of 15 years and not even mention that you have
A child.
a child under the age
How
of
does a
one.
child feel? Like, I'm assuming she's
Well,
older
now,
now.
no. This she is still within her toddler years. Like this is still
Okay,
very
so she doesn't
within.
know that.
Correct.
The
She doesn't
father
know all
didn't
that.
act like he
You know,
existed.
but it goes back to my black and white thing of something like that. Like, dude, no.
That's
I mean,
pretty
I guess,
No.
yeah, that's like a little bit top tier.
That's like a whole
Yeah,
new
that's-
level of
That's
douche.
tier. Like you leveled up. Like you definitely like. But I just like I feel like I think it's black and white. There's and that's why I said the last episode. I think it was episode 2. When I'm like, the moment you feel yourself hiding something, even if it's a text message, and I'm not even saying like a sexual text message. The moment you're texting somebody and you don't want them to know, even if it's like a hey, good morning, why don't you want your other person to know? Like, what's wrong? I text message my friends all the time. I wouldn't have a problem with anybody looking through my phone, like just being like,
Here you go.
here
Yeah.
you go. I mean, I and that's kind of what I feel like. If you're not hiding any, like the moment you're hiding or like you're being a little weird with it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
going
don't know,
back to
like-
the emotional one. So for my entire relationship and marriage, I dealt with the emotional cheating. It was exes from the past.
So there was no physical.
there was
What's the right word? It's
from
not
my
consummation.
understanding.
That's marriage shit.
I only know about the last thing that just happened.
Okay.
What triggered the divorce. But everything else was the emotional. It was exes from the past that were coming back. And again, I called
Boomerangs.
I called
The boomerangs.
The boomerangs.
Boomerangs.
I called the ex with him in front of us to confirm things and called out, and that's when. So that's so going back to which is worse, emotional or physical. I dealt with the physical thing for majority with the text message, the gut feeling, the emotional side of the cheating. And that was majority of, and I was always told, I'm not cheating. I'm like, but you kind of are.
Yeah, the emotional part is kind of like,
to me, the sex is sex. And like I said, I know it's not the popular opinion, but
yeah, but after going through everything that you're going through, you're going to go and do that, then it makes it bad.
No, but what I'm saying is like, if it's like if
it was the first time,
like a one night stand or whatever, which I don't think we live in the world of one night stands, to be honest with you. Like that's like movie stuff. Like you don't really see that. Like
before cell phones, maybe.
Perhaps.
Pero yeah, with the advent of cell phones and like,
social
maybe
media,
back when we were younger, but, and I guess you guys having gone through that and now, how does that impact how you show up in dating or a new relationship? Let's just cut to the chase.
Just lay it out there, y'all. I don't trust nobody.
Is it the you're going to the gym? Mm-hmm. Al gimnasio. Yeah, you just spritz some water on your forehead and you were sweating. I don't know.
If it's not on Instagram, you didn't do it.
I don't know. Okay, so now am I hesitant to believe people? No.
How are you so strong, friend? Can you give me
because
maybe because I'm just fresh out of it. I don't know, but
that is true.
It could be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there was Ayeisha, I'm like, I think I'm broken. I'm like, no. And when I tell you I'm broken, it's one of those somebody do something nice for me, and I'm like, what's your angle, kid? Like, why are you being nice? Like, what's your
agenda? What you trying to get?
Yeah, and that was more of a like, why are you being nice to me? Like when
we talk about it all the time of like, when's the other shoe gonna drop?
When's the other shoe gonna drop?
What's the red flag? Mm-hmm. What's the red flag?
But I am also like, I stand by this. If I'm checking your phone, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm not checking your phone to stay with you. If I'm checking your phone, it's a wrap. I'm checking your phone
because
to
you don't
confirm that you're up to no good, and it's a wrap. There's no, because I've already been there.
Yeah.
I did that for a very long time.
I can honestly say,
and
I was married for 15 years. I never once checked his phone.
Good for you guys.
And it wasn't.
Genise is like, I would have been happier if I did it.
Bro. No, because they say ignorance is bliss. No, because then you're sort of sitting down. Like,
no, like I said,
my thumbs and everything is happening.
If I were to have checked the phone, it was to confirm and end.
I'm just the type of person where if I am asking you specific questions, just assume I'm asking you because I already know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If I ask you a question, I know the answer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not asking you just because I have a suspicion. No.
I'm asking you because I'm about to find out if you're going to lie.
I have checked and rechecked
when they fought. They're like, oh, checkmate.
Mm-hmm. No, my favorite was when I went like this. I didn't even ask. I said, shook.
No.
I'm like,
I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? It was more of a, like you said, if I'm asking you a question, I'm seeing what your answer is going to be, but I already know the real answer.
And then my kids know, like when I just start interrogating them, it's kind of like, if I am asking you for this specific topic, just assume I already know the answer. And I'm just giving you the opportunity
to be open,
to come clean and be open. Because if you're not, it's just going to be worse.
What is it to be your children? I want to be a fly on the wall.
And my kids are soldiers, man. I run a tight ship at home.
I mean, okay, so my kids are older. They are 23 and 17. And I am at a point where I am not, I kind of call it as, I am no longer parenting them. I am guiding. And for me, there's a difference in that, my 23-year-old, she's applying to go to art school, things of that nature. So it's more of the guidance of like, what do you want to do? How can I help you? Versus this is what you need to do. Step 1, step 2. Like I am no longer giving her direction. It's you're 23. What do you want? And how can I best support you? Mm-hmm. With the 17-year-old, whom you both know, she's me without a filter. Mm-hmm. She has not learned how to rein in her strong personality. Mm-hmm. And so it is teaching her the appropriate times to speak, when to stay quiet, that sometimes no response is a response. Mm-hmm. And so that is where I'm at as a parent of helping them transition to soon you're not going to be under my wing and you have to rely on your own.
Yep.
So, but I hope I have raised them well enough. When they're not in my care, I do get good positive feedback of how awesome they are. So,
That's all.
considering I was mom, dad, the priest, the banker, the therapist, and everything underneath the sun, I think I did good. They're not too damaged. And if they are, I'm paying the bill for it.
Yeah.
I pay the bill for therapy. It's fine. It's great. It's great. But I can say like the things that happened in the home not only impacted me in how I show up now in relationships or in dating and things like that, but also my kids, because they learned, red flags. They've learned certain behaviors that are negative, like love bombing. It's like, what do you mean you love me? It's day 2. What are you talking about? So we've definitely have taken the bad experiences and have tried to gain what are the lessons from them. Because, when I first got separated and divorced, I thought like, man, I'm starting over. And it took me a long time to realize like, no, I'm starting from experience. I'm not starting from ground zero. And neither are my kids because they were older. Yeah. And so there were certain behaviors that they saw. So yeah, they weren't starting from ground zero. We were all starting from experience. We had experienced certain things in the household. And then we can show up differently, act differently. And when you do that, you receive different. So, because I am that woo-woo person that's all about energy exchange and things like that. So that's kind of my perspective.
And I think that's why I am the way I am. Because I have to consider all of the tiny humans involved. And the way I see it is that they look at me and they're like, oh shit, mom was able to, then I can. It's like, it's a lead by example thing. It is we all make mistakes.
And also though, like you said, the consequences, because then there came a point where it's like, things had to end. This is the consequence. I gave enough opportunity, right?
But I do think the way I say it, and I repeat this to my boys, there aren't bad people. We just make poor choices sometimes. And just because you make a poor choice doesn't mean you need to be punished for the rest of your life for it. Okay? We all
I'll pause there in the sense of you made a poor choice. You own it. You apologize. But for me, your apology means shit if your behavior does not change.
But what I'm trying to tell you is we all make poor choices. And if you make a poor choice, it's not up to me to punish you. And this maybe it's a faith thing. We all have a maker.
Yeah. Karma.
We all have a maker. And I'm no one. Oh, really? Okay.
Siri wanted to join in. That's why.
We all have. It goes back to me. I have nothing to gain by being upset, by, holding that grudge. But no.
And I know in your situation, you said you guys are good friends. So that even though all that happened in your marriage, you guys have been able to maintain a friendship.
Yeah, because I think I've accepted that. I mean, we were friends before we got into a relationship, before we got married. So I think that because of all of that, I'm able to look back to when we were in a good place. And not so much erase what happened, and not so much forgive him, but I forgave him for me, if that makes sense. But I didn't forgive him for what he did, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Forgiveness is more for yourself.
Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, guys.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. To forgive, forgive. I can forgive 1,000,000 times. Now, am I going to allow you to do that again? There's a difference between forgive and forget and just forgiving. You can't forget the hurt. You can't make the hurt. I mean, the hurt goes away. It kind of little by little it goes away. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. Forgiving doesn't mean, I forgive you. Now I'm just going to go ahead and allow you to just like trample on me again.
Like a little blank slate.
Yeah, I see you for what you are. I accept you for what you are. I think it was I'm a hip hop head. DMX.
I know that one.
That that he says he's on Drink Champs. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it? No.
No.
You've never seen that one?
Now you're asking too much of me.
That he says when you see a person like basically like allow them, accept them from what they're showing you.
Oh yeah.
Trust a snake to bite you. Trust a liar to lie to you. Trust a cheater to cheat. See them for what they are and accept them. No, that's who you are. I know what you're gonna do. So now I accept that. Like
It's funny because
it is what it is.
That's how I see it.
So that's
how
what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
now.
Like accept them for who they are, for who they're showing you they are.
Yeah. It goes back to, I think I said
And
it
then you're good.
in the first episode, that Maya Angelou quote of, when someone shows you who they are,
The
believe
first
them the
time.
first time.
Yeah.
And
12 years later, I still didn't see who they were.
I don't think it's
not
I don't think
about
it's
that.
that
I don't
because
think.
I did it for 15, you did
19.
it for 19. It's, I think for many of us, it's you see the person that they could be. At least I'm going to speak for myself. I saw the person that he could be, and I kept holding on to hope that that's the person he would become. And I simply had to get to that point of, this is who he is. And who he is does not align with who I am. And therefore, it was time to go.
And that's, it aligns very much with, like, I just feel like just accepting who they are. And you stay for the person you fell in love with. Right? Because that initial person, the good times, the, oh my God, the little phone calls, the text messages, the flowers, like all of that courting, like you were together for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fell in love with something or something. You stayed together for a reason. And I think that's why you stayed, because you saw that side of them at first. So it's kind of like, no.
If I can get back to that.
If I can get back to that, because I remember what that felt like. I thought he was my last first kiss, and I believed it. I wasn't his,
Yeah.
We clearly had two different perspectives on that.
Yeah.
But I remember that time, and I remember all that attention, all that stuff. So it was easy for me to understand how someone else could fall for him. Because if he was showing that side's very lovable. That side's very likable. That side was very easy to have fun with.
Yeah.
It was very easy to get along with that person. So that's why you stayed for 15 years. That's why, like you said, you want to be like, you know what? Maybe like any minute now.
Yeah. I'll get back to that.
That person's going to just like circle around, and it's going to be like, oh no, you're going to be that person. And they're going to see you that way again too. Because at some point you guys were both like, moon, stars, everything to each other. And that's when it was like, ah. So you're hoping that at some point it's going to get to that again. And you're going to.
Yeah.
And I also learned that marriage is like things change.
Oh, yeah.
When you have kids.
Chapters and
it's not only, I've learned as well that I think women, from the experience of people that I've talked to and stuff like that, women are they're more understanding in the fact that there's kids. Papa, I can't give you 24 hours a day because I have 3 humans who are like also wanting me, and we can't do this. Like we can't just, and I'm not even talking about like the physical aspect. I just think it's sometimes we're like, oh, but I didn't hear from you today. No, I was juggling kids.
Yep.
I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. So
it's exhausting.
When they got home, I'm like, here, you take the like, I want to go to the market. I just want to go outside. And there was a lot of, oh, we're roommates. Well, because I'm exhausted.
And I think
and when you get home, tag, you're it. Yeah. Like, I've been home all day with 3 under the age of 4.
Ooh, God bless you. Oh, man. But as it goes back to our second episode of, the gifts of the ugliness, you were able to keep a friendship and you got la boo boo.
I did.
And he is a gift to us all because that kid is just
He is the gift that keeps on giving. He's so amazing. I love that kid.
And he actually looks like a Labubu, but like a cute one. Labubu's content to be ugly, but
His
he's
personality
a really
is
cute Labubu.
amazing. And
he is.
He's
funny. He's just a quirky kid.
He's a tremendous blessing. The blessing I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I think, and I don't know when that day will be, but I think one day he'll be able to look back and appreciate.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, at some point the kid's gonna, do numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna carry the one.
Yeah.
And just kind of realize like, okay, she was always in my life, and she was always, and it could have gone very differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of stories like that come
don't
out
regret
after
it.
the fact. And no, he's a great kid.
he's an asset, honestly. Like he's an asset to my. Listen, he still stays over. He'll call. He helped us with our Christmas tree because he wanted to help with the Christmas tree.
I love that. We were like, wait, who's that? Oh, it's
And
you.
he's like
waving.
I'm like, what'd you do? You're like, oh, I just picked them up because he wanted to decorate. I'm like, that's beautiful. I love that.
But here's the thing. We did drop, those little Easter eggs. So whenever in previous episodes you would hear Yvette talk about my little one, we have been talking about Labubu.
That's my little one. That's my little one.
Labubu for the win for many reasons. But kind of going into our next episode, which is going to be about co-parenting and the fact that you are able to co-parent with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And how awesome that is. So kind of looking forward to that one. But I know I didn't have too much to share because, again, but the fact that you guys are able to share your stories, I'm sure not just for myself, but for everyone else, doesn't make it so taboo. And, it's more common than you think. And it's okay if you stay for whatever your reasons. And it's okay if you leave for whatever your reasons.
And it's not, it shouldn't, and I know it can be, or it feels like at the moment, like an embarrassment, but it's not. And it's not a reflection on any of us. It just, shit happens.
Yep.
And you just
No one's perfect.
It's not even about being perfect. It's just shit happens.
Shit happens.
And turn the page. And I feel like the biggest thing that I had to like learn was it's not a reflection on me.
It's not. It's a reflection on the person who did the
No, it's just a reflection of, I'm going to say circumstance. Meaning situations presented itself and just things happened.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody intentionally hurts another one. I don't. I can honestly say that I don't think any of them.
This might be a pin for a different episode because Genise is going to think this one through.
No, I don't think anybody
there might be an exception to each of those.
I don't think that anyone's
maybe
going
if there's
out of their way to hurt someone, but if you know what you're about to do is going to hurt them, for me, that's you going out of your way to hurt them.
Correct, but I was told I didn't think you would know. I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would find out. And I'm like, well, you know what hurt
That
me?
makes it even
And the answer was,
worse.
I didn't think you would find out. And that's why I say, like, I think nobody intentionally hurts. And I think if a lot of people could do things differently, I think we would. And by do differently, maybe we would have parted ways earlier and maybe saved a lot of the hurt from multiple people.
Yeah. But then you wouldn't have Labubu.
Then
So
I
you know
wouldn't have
what?
Labubu.
Everything happens
Everything
for a
happens for a
reason.
reason.
We all have our faith in God's timing. So, but thank you guys again for being so open and sharing your stories. And thank you guys for hanging with Las Primas. We will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you've been through something similar, hit our DMs. We love hearing your stories.
If there's a topic you want us to dive into, don't be shy. We promise to keep it 100% real and unfiltered.
Follow, subscribe, and share with your favorite primas.
Pero not really.